it is Stars Without Number, White Wolf Pyre Session 16. Time for the recap.
Paul Anka did not kill us.
And I also don't think he's a replicant at this point.
No, but I'm pretty sure that last time we met him, he was.
I think so. So Paul Anka seems to have invited us to the party, the after party, and things went well until we went out for pie. And we went to get pie.
At the juice bar.
Yeah, people shot at us. And then Corvall went running after the people who shot at us. I went ahead and decided to stay with the Paul Anka and the others, and that went very well. And we almost got blown up by a car bomb. The people jumped out. We decided to head back. Ide had been knocked out and kidnapped, like always, but the pie guy was still alive. And now we're off to go ahead and save Ide, Paul Anka, and I think half the town at this point.
Don't forget they had our truck disabled with something, and we thought it was damaged.
Yeah, an EMP on the bottom.
Just had some device on the ground under it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was magnetized to it.
It was a magnetic dog mine. There was a dog attached to it that was going to explode, but it didn't go off. They learned from the Russians.
You guys are in Omega Station near the grease trap. Yep. And the big window has been blown out. And there is green smoke coming out of the window. F-350 is there. A hovercraft shows up with some of Duncan's crew. And they get out with a bunch of weapons and start handing you guys weapons.
Yes.
And that's when a small little vehicle, an Uber, a spoober, shows up and drops off Paul Anka's tour manager. And he says that he's got a device on him to track him for just this occasion.
It happens a lot.
Wow, that was mighty quick of you.
Yeah, he pulls out like a data pad, and there's a little ping on there. He's like, well, we need to get moving. We need to get a vehicle. I will summon a ship immediately. And he flips open and starts dialing up some sort of craft to show up.
How far away are they?
They're a good distance away at this point.
What's a good distance? Kilometers?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't calculated the exact distance at this point.
Well, shouldn't we just start driving after them?
Oh, it's like, we can't. We have to. They're probably headed off-world.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
What do you think they'll do with him?
I don't know.
Are you worried?
Of course I am. He pays. He electronically signs my checks.
Oh, I understand that. Don't worry, we'll find him. Does Paul Anka have any? Does he have a crew? Someone we could rope in?
I've called for a free merchant to come pick us up.
But does he have a rat pack?
He has a crew sometimes he rolls with. I don't think we need to bring them in yet.
Well, we should keep them in the mind.
I will.
We could always use more signatures. I mean, we could always use more help.
You can see him thinking. Looks like he's typing out some messages. A free merchant ship appears like overhead in this. There's other vehicles showing up because there's a building that's been damaged and burning. And there's more and more people coming into the district, and some of the androids, you can see their red eyes standing on the other side of the street watching what's going on, because you're right across the street from from Trinity Basic Plus Plus, the Android part of Ermac. And this free merchant comes overhead and kind of drops a long rope down. And he's like, let's go. And he clicks his data pad onto his side. And he starts climbing up this rope.
Yep, up the rope.
We'll follow.
And Miles grabs the pies. He's like, well, somebody's got to pay for these. And he starts climbing the rope as well. The guy who was...
pie maker?
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
It's like, somebody's going to pay for this damage. And the pies.
But does he know what pie is?
I hope so. He made it. Anime, you are in armored vac suit, right?
Yes.
I'm going to assume that Corvall is not in an armored vac suit. He's wearing that nice robe.
Of course.
And his short shorts.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't wear underwear, so
He can't afford underwear.
Climbing below him.
I don't pay enough for him to have underwear.
The three of you get in, and the tour manager leads you. He closes the hatch, and he points you over to a wall that's got a bunch of vac suits. He's like, you probably put one on. You're going to need it.
Oh boy, this was great. Because I think his last vac suit got torn up. So
Big time.
like free vac suit. So Corvall puts it on over his robes.
Okay. Yeah, he does that as he goes over and he's doing that as well. It's like, let's go. And he says, get ready. And he sits down in the seat, says, like, you better buckle up. It looks like they're about to spike jump.
Oh, good heavens. Oh, okay. Now, buckle up.
In a matter of this process probably takes about 10 minutes as you guys are like currently putting the vac suits on, and you buckle in, and he's sitting there with his data pad like typing a bunch of stuff out. In the last second, he shuts it off and buckles his belt, and the familiar weird lights and distortions of the metadimensional space as the ship spike jumps. And you're there for kind of probably like 20-30 seconds, a little bit longer than you're used to, because this usually only takes seconds. And then when everything starts to clear, you see shit like floating in the back of this cargo bay. You see the tour manager just kind of floating in the air. His data pad is floating next to him. And there's a huge rip in the side of the ship where you can see the vacuum of darkness of space.
I'm going to try and get the data pad.
Okay.
That's how we track Ide.
You pull out the data pad. You can see the ping of the red dot, but it's on like a lock screen. It's him and Paul like in front of like a water fountain smiling. And
Does he
like in
appear
the
dead?
corner is like a separate little screen that pings this little red dot.
Does this guy appear dead?
He seems unconscious, but his vac suit is operating normally.
Make the way to the bridge and call over the communications. Is anyone still alive?
I am.
Corvall, you can't die. You're immortal, remember?
I wish. That would explain a lot.
It would, actually.
Corvall, the Undying.
Any response from anyone on board?
No, it's just like you get on the comms and you get like your response. You get a response to some kind of distorted, garbled message, like bad, staticky radio.
Okay, Corvall, follow me up to the bridge. I'm going to take the mag rifle out and get ready.
Okay. Miles looks passed out, and his two pies are floating in the air, floating in the cargo bay.
Corvall's gonna grab one.
Okay.
See if he can maneuver it into his vac suit.
Okay, very good. the door, you have to hit the button a couple times and it flips open, and there's like the low flashing lights of like some, you know, it's on like low power or standby power, and you walk down a hallway, and you get to another door, and it's like slightly open, and it looks kind of, you're looking past it, and you see a bunch of flickering lights. Like, it looks weird. Like there's red lights in here, but it looks like green lights in the next room, but they're like flickering like Christmas lights.
Is that like a green glow, or are they like green lights that Corvall would recognize, like as like part of like a certain ship, or is it like part of this ship? And
yeah, you know, that's a good point. Like, you would think, like, is this another ship, or is this something completely different?
Corvall, I'm going to open the door. You be careful going in there, okay?
This might be. We might have company. Well, I'll be careful. Pulls out his bronze gladius.
Okay.
I'm going to try opening the door for him, wrenching it open.
A little bit of effort, it gets to a point where it slides open, and when you step in, you realize this is a different ship. This is a completely different ship. And you can see the torn pieces of metal, and floating in the back, a person in a vac suit. Just kind of floating in the air. There's debris in here.
Does the vac suit have any sort of insignia on it, from what we can tell this distance, or is it?
No, it looks like
your Walmart or
generic. It's discount. It's a discount vac suit.
It's a boss dress for less.
Yeah, clearance. It was on the clearance rack.
Vac suits.
Some space dollar.
Yep.
Space buck. Hey, are you awake? Hey.
Don't antagonize them.
They seem to be. You don't really see who they are through the image of the visor. They don't wake up. I mean, they seem to be unconscious. Everything's working on their suit, as far as you can tell, with their discount vac suit.
Does their ship look? Does their ship look like it's sustained damage on the inside? Or
it looks pretty bad.
Corvall's gonna see if he can access not the central computer, but like the black box of sorts. Like there's got to be on each ship, there's got to be some sort of device or some sort of area that says what the ship's command name is. So he's gonna see if he can identify what this ship is and maybe where it came from.
Okay. So yeah, you start to investigate that. Anne May, as you're kind of, poking this person around, do you wake up as Anne May is manhandling you again?
It happens a lot to him.
Did I oversleep again? Wait, weren't you running down the street?
Yes, and then you got kidnapped.
Wait, what?
Where's Paul?
Paul, he was in the... Oh, Lord.
There is no God, there is only me. What happened?
Well, we got away from Carlton.
Oh.
There you go.
That's good. I'd say it's a success then.
I guess Paul probably would have been close. I'm assuming the same people took us.
All right, can you go ahead and try and access the system and see if you can pick up any other living signatures anywhere on board?
Yeah.
Could be that panel over there.
Yeah, sure. And I'll just walk over in a general direction she's pointing and approach a panel and hope it's the right one, because I don't know much about this shit.
I assume there's a relatively uniform setup for most free merchant class vessels.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, there's definitely there's a screen here.
Well, what'd you roll?
Oh, I hadn't rolled yet. I was just telling her that there's definitely a screen here.
By pressing the button that it's a touch screen. Use your finger.
What do you want me to roll, Peter? Probably program would be the most sensible thing, which I am terrible at.
There we go, program.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a 10, but I have a -1, so 9.
You access it. There is substantial damage to this ship. And the life signatures it shows are you and Anne May. It picks up Corvall. It picks up a couple that are like outside the ship for some weird reason. But that's probably Mel, the cook, and the tour manager. Other than that, it doesn't pick up anybody else.
Well, I got me and you, and I guess that's Corvald over there, kind of a little further away. And then it looks like there's some people outside. Because Odd has no idea that they brought the pie guy and the tour manager with them.
Okay, how far outside do they look?
Odd's going to put his fingers up on the screen and put his fingers where we're at and where they're at and turn around and go this far.
And I go up to the screen and look at them. How far away do they look, Peter?
They look like, possibly where you just came from.
The people outside the ship?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna head back out there and try and get him back in. I'd make sure the ship doesn't explode. Corvald, make sure I doesn't explode.
All right, let's see if there's a thing on here for where's the engine room in this mess. Yeah, it's probably this way. I don't know. I'm on it. I was just gonna start walking off.
I'd the engine room. Can he fix it? I'd the engineer. Probably not.
Anne May, as you begin to head back to where you came from, you realize it's picking up the signatures of Mel and the tour manager. It just shows they're outside the ship, but that would be a different ship.
What are they doing outside? I'm gonna head back to the other ship and grab the two of them.
Yeah, they're just floating in the cargo bay.
Yep. Which ship seems to be in worse condition, ours or theirs?
Unknown at this point. I mean, your ship doesn't look that good, but their ship wasn't looking too good either.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna try and find the bridge of our ship, if it exists.
Corvald, as you're headed towards, you're headed towards the bridge as well, right?
Yeah.
So you go through a couple hallways and in a large common room, and there's metal and stuff broken and lights flickering and shit floating in the air. And you get to the bridge and you got to use the gladius to prop the door, and it flings open, and the whole front is you're looking out through a spider web, wind, like a windshield.
Correct. Yeah.
And there appears to be somebody human. It looks like a deviant because they have mechanical and human features, but they look like they've been grafted to the console, like they're part of it now. Like their arm goes right into it, and it looks like it's part of it, and their head is against the chair, and it looks like it's molded to it, like they're part of the whole thing.
Do they look like they're alive?
There are some flashing lights around its eye. Looks like whoever it is got some sort of mechanical side of, insert on his eye, and there are it is illuminated with these 3 red lights. So it's got power.
If it got power, we can kill it. Fix it.
Corvald is going to look for some sort of identification
For the ship?
Of the ship, and not engage or try to come unless he has to come close.
Okay.
Leave it to the drafted pilot.
All right.
Even though Corvald knows that if he is part of the ship, he will probably be alert as soon as Corvald tries finds and tries to access that information.
You got program.
Yes. That is a 9.
You go to a keyboard and away from this grafted person on the ship, not so you don't disturb them. You quickly figure out this ship. A lot of the records were wiped, so it was probably stolen or ill-gotten. You see that the last transmission was something about Order of the Dead Light, and then as you're flicking through there, it says something about Order of the Dead Light, wanted information, and then a bunch of like these real crappy 8-bit pictures start coming up, and you see Anne May, and then you see Corvall, and then you see yourself, and then you see Ide.
Oh dear. And it's Order of the Dead Light.
Yeah.
Is Corvall familiar with that term? Is that a name that we called ourselves at some point and I don't remember? Or
No, it's probably something you've never heard. You also see Niles and his crew show up as well.
wow. Isn't that something?
Got a bad feeling about this.
And then there's some coordinates for Omega Station, and it looks like they got some kind of ping from that place on Ermac. So somebody there pinged them.
Was Omega Station the station we were at before? Going to
Yeah,
Ermac?
it was kind of like the place where the garage was and the discotheque and everything. So
Yeah, it's
The city on Ermac that we were in.
gotcha. Yeah, my notes are currently inaccessible.
well, it was the crash in metadimensional space, which again, I guess that's the second crash you've had.
And we definitely had good luck jumping.
This point, we
Kidnaps
just have
and bad jumps.
Yeah. We've really got to stop going ahead and leaving the atmosphere.
Anne May, you make it all the way to the bridge, and you see Corvall going through this data he's got on a screen.
Find anything?
Yes, apparently we're wanted. We have been dubbed, or either we've been dubbed, or there's some group called Order of the Dead Light that is after us. I can't really tell.
Well, if we represent Rose and the burning bright light stuff, then it makes sense the Order of the Dead Light might not like us very much.
We'll have to keep our eyes out. I'm curious. I've got a bad feeling. But also, Corvall kind of lowers his voice and leans into Anne May. There's a fellow who appears to be a deviant grafted into the console, and power seems to be running. I haven't checked it out, but they may be conscious.
I see. I'm just gonna walk towards him. Hey, shit eyes, what you doing?
It doesn't move.
Apparently, Shit Eyes is not the.
I know. Who'd have thunk it?
What?
Oh, someone doesn't read Tom Clancy novels. I'm gonna go up to him and give it a good kick in the side of the fleshy bits. Whatever's there, that seems to be fleshy.
Yeah, it's legs. So yeah, you kick it.
In mind, anyone who's watching, this is our charisma character.
I say it's working so far. Okay.
It was a charismatic kick.
It was a very seductive kick for anyone with a foot fetish.
It kind of jerks its head around and looks at you as best it can because it's now stuck to the back of the chair, like it looks like part of it.
Hey, come here often?
You have joke.
Several, but none that are appropriate for this time.
Ow, my leg.
Yes, that does tend to happen. What's up, big boy? Where's Paul Anka?
Who?
Where's Ide?
Who?
Why are you here?
Corvall's just like looking at it and hearing this and just like shaking his head.
Kind of looks at you like making short movements, and you hear it say, "Alert!" You see all these lights flash on the bridge. Alert! Alert! EMP incoming. As you make it to the engine room, you hear over a crappy speaker, "Alert! EMP coming! Alert! Alert!"
ETA?
1 minute.
Oh, plenty of time then. Well, power yourself down. We'll power you back up once it passes.
He kind of looks at you, and then looks down at the console to a red button, kind of like.
What's that?
Does it press the red button?
No, it doesn't. Because its hand is like part of the console now, and it tries to pick up its other hand, but it looks deformed and twisted.
I take it you didn't always look like this.
I was taller.
Would look a bit short for a deviant. I'm gonna go and examine the red button and make sure it just powers him off and isn't the self-destruct.
No, it's got a little case over it, and it's the emergency power down.
Okay, yeah, I'll get that.
Okay.
Now, go ahead and message I'd power down your ship too.
I'm on the.
Just unplug it from the wall. It uses a 12
I'm
volt
on.
power supply.
Okay. That's gonna start looking around for like a shutdown lever.
Just a waiver strip with far too many cables plugged into it.
So, because I was thinking you're on the deviant ship with Corvall, and Ides in the engine room of the deviant ship.
Oh, he's okay.
Yep.
So, Ide, as you get to the engine room, there's like borax floating all through the air, like a big borax cloud.
Is that normal?
You give me a no roll.
No roll.
He knows nothing.
You're not far from wrong. No, the dice say you're not wrong at all. That's going to be a total of 2 on the no roll.
With the combination of all this, you're just kind of disoriented, and the speaker is not the best speaker you've ever heard. By the time you can find the shut-off switch in the engine room, the EMP has passed. A couple minutes pass and power comes back on. There's been some damage, as you can see. Some of the systems do not come in the engine room, but life support is like at 25%.
Well, this ship's made for a pretty big crew, so 25% should be enough for 5 of us. At least for a little bit.
Is our other ship? Is I back in the bridge area?
I would assume that once the EMP passed and I saw some diagnostics and stuff, I would have walked back to tell them what was going on.
Was our ship damaged beyond repair?
All you know is that when you were on your ship, the cargo bay had some damage, had a rip in it, and then when you walked down a couple walkways, you ran into Odd ship. So
Like they're fused together kind of thing.
So looking out, as you're looking out of the cracked windshield or whatever, and you and all the different, you're looking out into the blackness of space, you see what looks like an asteroid, and you realize that the ship is orbiting this asteroid. And the asteroid does have some lights on it.
It's orbiting it like...
It has some kind of gravity.
Oh, okay. So it's not like... Interesting. That's a big asteroid. Big enough to have a gravitational field.
Those lights on it?
Well, there could be a colony on it.
Indeed.
Some sort of settlement.
I'd go ahead and see if you can find an armory or something on these vessels and load us up with equipment.
You want me to wander around both of these busted ships to see if I can find one working gun?
Well, you could look at the directory that says you are here.
You've got a mag rifle. He's
Yes.
got a Gladius, and I've got Bessie. What more do we need?
Ammunition?
I feel secure. I've got all the ammunition I need, and he like. Wait.
You say that, Corvall, but when was the last time you sharpened it?
That's a good point.
Actually, I think he said he sharpened that while we were flying.
He sharpens it constantly. But he doesn't remember. He has dementia or Alzheimer's or something.
Both.
Tell the quality of a man by the sharpness of his knives.
That is true.
I'll go dig around what looks like it would probably be the captain's chair and see if there's like some magazines or something there for that mag rifle. If anybody was going to have spare ammo, it would be the captain.
I'm not sure what logic you're using for that, but okay.
The free merchant that we had didn't have an armory on it. Why would this one?
Because most do. Ours was just a piece of shit.
I didn't think a mag rifle used ammo. It does.
Indeed. Everything uses ammo in this game, whether it be bullets or charge packs.
Yeah, mag rifle.
Okay.
The mag rifle is the one that shoots a bullet, right?
Okay.
Yep, magnetically accelerated rounds.
Oh, okay.
The railgun, handheld railgun.
Yep,
Yeah, they're pretty powerful.
they are.
I'd give me.
Don't do it, I'd believe in yourself before you believe in Peter.
And where's a luck roll at in this game?
No kidding.
D100 is how many magazines you find.
Give me a 2d6 roll.
Okay.
Add your charisma if you have a charisma modifier.
I do not, so just a 6.
So you search through the entire ship looking for ammunition. It takes about 30 minutes. Give me a D100 roll.
Oh no.
He wants me to sacrifice all my other dice for this. That came up 73. And it managed to stay in the corner I rolled it in and not kill the
You
whole
found
dice tray.
73 rounds.
Thankfully, mag rifles are very similar to lever action rifles where you have to load the rounds one at a time.
Give me a D4 roll.
A D4 roll.
Yep.
Don't do it, I'd.
2.
And you find you find that with 2 magazines.
Oh, praise the Omnisire.
Is there like a whatever the space version of Walmart is bag laying around somewhere I can stuff all this in to carry it to anime?
Sure. I mean, it's
Or
it's
maybe they had some knockoff purses or something up in.
Oh yes, my Gucci.
Well, yeah, it is the Deviants, so yeah, they may have been selling.
The Diva Ents.
Yeah, some knockoff purse.
It's a
He stuffed the
purse.
ammo in.
Yeah, I'll tuck all the ammo and magazines into this crappy purse and take it to anime and back here. Got you a present.
I don't know if it matches my outfit.
Oh, you should look inside.
I open it up. Ah, Christmas in July. How nice.
Does it match your outfit now?
I can make it work. In the meantime, we should probably send out a distress beacon and hope someone from the colony has a ship.
The colony down there that probably belongs to the people who brought me here.
Well, they'd have a ship that actually functions, which we can then take from them and then fly off in.
Are you sure it's that colony there, or whoever is living at those lights took you?
No, but the people who took me flew straight here, so probably.
Yes, but we're inside you right now. Something went wrong, obviously.
Oh, okay.
And I show him where the two ships collided.
Oh, yeah. That explains all the damage.
Yep.
It's like a three doors down album where the two ships collided.
Two ships collided.
And missed me so much she didn't even hit the parking brake before she came running to save me.
I tend to avoid them when possible. They're useless mostly. I'm gonna try and get on comms and see if I can contact the colony.
Yeah, you send a couple messages. You don't hear anything in return.
I jump onto Space OL Messenger and see if that works any better.
Just a distress message?
Distress message, yes.
Okay.
On my Facebook account. With a selfie photo of my butt hanging out.
It says you have limited connectivity.
Damn.
Damn, roaming again.
Yeah. Feeling cute, might become stranded today.
You hear the distinct sound of somebody walking with their mag boots.
A White Walker.
And from coming into the bridge, you realize that it's the tour manager. Oh, my head. What happened?
We wound up inside him.
Okay, I'll process that later.
Y'all appear to have jumped into the ship that I was on board. Did you give them like the exact coordinates that you thought we were at, or?
I didn't even think this was possible.
I didn't think so either.
Guess it depends on the pilot. Like a smart pilot would aim for somewhere that something else isn't.
Well, here's your compad. Can you find Paul?
Yeah. So much for the lowest bidder. Yeah, he unlocks the screen. He's like, he looks at the compad. He's like, yeah, he's still pinging. He's still alive.
Where?
And he points down at that asteroid. He's like, he's down there.
Corvall, can you see about getting either one of these ships moving?
Have you tried to move them yet? The engine was on when I was down there.
We haven't tried.
No, we could try.
We have to be very delicate because they're kind of grafted together.
Can I sit down, put it in gear, and try to move it carefully?
Yeah, you could give me you could try to pilot it. I mean, you could. You probably would be able to get enough power to break the orbit and try to shoot for the, for the asteroid, for where the P's showing where the ping is.
Okay, I'll do that. Hey.
It's going to be just like the last time she landed us on the planet.
It worked well. We lived.
Oh, wait, the time before that. That's right. The time before that.
13.
Okay, so it's very awkward flying two ships in the night.
Two ships, one pilot.
But yeah, just enough thrust, and you begin to descend down onto this asteroid. You can see that there's like a tower that's where the light is coming from, and there's like a landing area. There are no other ships there. The landing area looks, you would guess, maybe like used. It's kind of like pieces and parts of it broken. Look like may have been a retaining wall built around it, but that's fallen down.
Mm-hmm. Anne's gonna get on the brakes and try to descend slowly.
Yeah, I mean, with that roll, you could manage to land this thing.
Okay. I will land it.
A lot of scraping metal and other things.
I'm feeling that one.
She finds a place to land, and like half of each ship is hanging off the sides of it because it's not designed for this much.
Right.
I am a pelican.
There's a bunch of dust and stuff that gets blown around. And you see ahead of you these double doors that look probably yellow, but they've faded, that are closed. And then to the left of you is this large tower. It looks like there is some kind of building right next to it that's at the base of it. It's a huge metal tower with some lights flashing on it.
What's closest to us?
Well, it looks like the double doors lead inside, and the this building with the tower is out by itself.
Okay, Mr. Manager, which direction?
Looks like it's through those doors.
Which doors?
There's two big yellow double doors.
Okay. Okay, then.
Why don't you stay here and make sure no one takes the ship so we have a way out? We'll go look for Paul.
You think you can do that?
Okay, I mean, you gonna take the data pad with you then?
Yes. Can you handle the data pad?
I'm sure I can, and I'll telekinetically start trying to yank the data pad away.
He's like, I'll give you. Oh, okay.
What's the password?
Destiny.
Destiny. Okay.
Is that a capital D?
Lowercase. And the E
Okay,
is
so it's-
actually a 3.
Okay, so it's not a woman's name. Got it.
Let's head out, I guess.
Let's do it.
Walk out. Meeting with the mag rifle.
Oh yeah, here's a weapon, and I'll hand him like the first thing I see laying around on the bridge. That's probably not a weapon. It's just debris.
It's a pencil sharpener.
Armrest that fell off a chair or something. Like, defend the ship with your life.
Okay. So you guys exit the ship as soon as you begin to walk out onto this asteroid. You look back at the ship. You can see that the two ships have like almost merged together. Pieces of them, there's tears and rips of them, but it almost looks like the metal itself has melded to the metal of the other ship.
So whichever one we're on is the master merchant, and the other one is the slave merchant, and neither of them is a free merchant anymore.
Nope.
So that guy seemed a bit nervous about giving us his password. So I'm going to float the data pad over in front of Ann and start opening up his photo album and flipping through and see what all we can find as we walk.
What's this one folder called homework? Do not open. Tax information. Don't look.
There's a lot of pictures of venues and of rooms and stages and things like that.
Oh, that's not what he was worried about. Let's try something else. Ooh, there's contacts. Let's go through his contacts.
Is there a console or anything to open the doors next to them?
The console looks like there was one at one point, but there's just some wires sticking out.
Corvall, can you get us in?
You got it.
Just short the two wires out.
It works in Star Wars.
He goes in and tries to open the door by mucking around in the wires. Can I roll fix?
Yeah, that would work.
A 10.
Corvall grabs the two wires and touches them together, and the two huge 6-meter doors begin to open.
I made that look easy.
Corvall, with your abilities, you can make fixing a car look easy.
I was gonna lean over to Corvall and be like, "You tell her what you want, but we both know there were only two wires."
I'm gonna head on in, turning on the flashlight on the vac suit.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, your vac suit has a flashlight? That's fancy.
They all do. Just here, let me click.
Yeah, but look, mine barely puts out any light. It's like a night light.
Shift it from red to white. Gonna be all tactical, aren't you?
So there is immediately to your left. There's a huge power console that's just kind of like flickering red. Like on the left and right, like power consoles, and there's some vac suits that are on the ground that look like they have blast holes and stuff in them. And there's debris and shit floating around in here. It's about like 6 meters across, but then it opens up, and these large pillars are in this room, and there's a door past that. And the pillars look like they have more wires and connections, and like the shit's been like torn out of them. It looks like somebody went through and ransacked a lot of the electrical stuff in here.
Corvall, this looks a lot like F-350's wiring after the last time you overhauled him. That one there is probably the turning signal, and the one on the other side is probably the brake light for the same turning signal side. And
Are you saying that I did a terrible job fixing up F-350?
oh no, everything on him works. It's just the cable routing is a mess.
We just need to buy more tire wraps.
Well, maybe he has a right. He's rightfully claiming he needs more maintenance for a good reason.
I'd cover me.
With what?
Your invisible shooty thingy.
There's nothing around here to shoot. What do you want me to give you cover from?
Well, in case there's something that is, I'm going to go up to the door.
Oh, okay.
Gonna make my way up to the door and just check it out, see if there's a way to open it.
Okay, you realize it's an elevator door.
Oh. I push button.
There is no button there. The panel has been torn off.
Oh, Corvall, darling, would you mind coming over here?
Wow, someone really went through here. What do you think?
I think we need someone with skill.
Well, try again. I always do make it look easy.
You're the best in the business, Corvall.
So he's trying to. It's the panels ripped off again.
Yeah. Looks like there's like no obvious wires. You gotta like reach in to try to find some stuff.
All right. Then he probably put on his low light goggles to get a better look. That's a 9.
Yeah, you gotta reach down in there. You pull out some cords and stuff and start maneuvering it, and the elevator door kind of moves a couple times and it opens up.
As soon as the elevator opens, you're gonna hear covering fire, and 3 rounds are gonna whiz into the elevator.
No, down, boy, down, sit, heel.
Corvall hits the deck.
Yeah, Ide fires. You can see that the elevator, along with Ide's telekinetic blasts, there are blast marks on the back of the elevator and all around it.
Anything on the floor of the elevator?
Give me a notice roll.
Oh dear.
It's a good thing it's a telekinetic gun, or you'd have disadvantage from the multiple gunshots right next to your head.
That is an straight 8.
Some blood maybe was on here at some point. It looks like there's fur. And then if you kind of like look and examine it, it kind of floats in the air. I mean, there is a little bit of gravity on here. Well, yeah, there would be because it's pulling on the ship. So,
Can you tell what kind of fur it is? Like, does it look familiar?
Does it look like Jawa fur?
Not the Jawas.
I guess things really wouldn't be floating because there is gravity.
Depends how much gravity there is.
Right.
Probably weak gravity.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of stuff floating in the air. I would say you could make a roll. You just have to describe like how you would know this stuff. What would be in your background or your past life?
Corvall used to be a fur trader back in the day. He was with Lewis and Clark.
Well, Corvall's background is an amateur survivalist.
Okay, yeah, that works. That works for me.
Go out in the wilds and minimalist camp. Like he'd be the one that would be like cowboy camping in weird places.
That explains
People
why
thought he was
he
homeless.
living in nice, comfy truck seats. Truck seats. He
He's
was
a
happy.
stealth camper.
Dirt.
Yeah. Today I'm going to be camping out in the back of my pickup.
So what would be a no roll?
Yeah, I mean, if that makes sense to you, yeah.
Yeah, probably. 5.
You would guess it's some kind of rodent, but that's could mean anything.
Jawas.
Looks like a rodent.
Probably squirrels.
Oh, great. Rat problems.
This place
Well-
is really ran by a space secret squirrel.
Super secret squirrels. Well, in that case, everyone on the elevator, are we going up or down?
Let's get in and see if there are any buttons to push first.
There's like looks like somebody had spray painted a big arrow that goes down.
I have a feeling it's a trap. Clicks button for down.
Oh, that button is still there, and it lights up, and the elevator begins to go down.
Don't worry, and I'll put down some more cover fire. And he points his hands at the door.
Not quite. Let's wait and look before we shoot. S'il vous plaît. Is there elevator music?
Of course there is.
Is it Spanish Flea?
Klingon opera.
Spanish Flea ends, and because it's only like it's not even 2 minutes long, and the elevator door opens to a large cavern,
I don't think our lights are bright enough for this place.
like 10 meters across, and straight ahead. Is a archway, and the archway is like being held up by, it looks like a giant mech that's crouched down, and the arch is like sitting on its back, and it's like holding it up.
What does the compad say about Paul's location?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me see if I can find that app again. Close out the photo gallery and the contacts list. Oh, here it is.
It looks like it's straight ahead. In this room, it looks like some kind of machine for mining. It's got a big drill on it. And there's a lot of piles of debris that are scattered throughout. And there's some tools and stuff. And some more vac suits that have been destroyed.
I'm just going to turn to Hyde and go, we really should have brought demo packs with us.
There's a path right there.
Yes, I'm more worried about the very angry mech-looking thing. Do we have to go through the mech, or can we go around the mech with the archway?
You'd have to go underneath it, yeah.
Hyde, if anything happens, take Corvall and run. Understood?
Corvall, if anything happens, grab me and teleport away.
You got it.
I'm going to attempt to sneak up to where the mech is and then go underneath, go between its thighs.
Is this stealth, or are you just gonna walk?
I'm going to try and be as sneaky as I can in this
Okay,
room.
so give
finding
me a
the
stealth
stuff
roll.
and stuff. Stealth roll. I've heard of those. I activate my snack ability, which thankfully does have a 9 total.
Okay. You scoot right by it. It doesn't seem to move.
I just glance back with a worried look in my eye and go underneath it and out the other side.
Okay.
Do I see anything in front of me that has movement or seems to be breathing or pulsating or sliming or whatever it does above, below, next to, anywhere?
Oh, in the next room?
Yep. Under the arch.
Yeah, there's a short, the archway leads to a tunnel that looks like pieces and stuff had broken off and they had put up braces. And past that, it opens up again.
Okay, you two, come on up just in front of the mech and I'll keep going ahead.
All right. And we'll go up to the mech. Does it look like it's inactive? It's just like standing there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I guess at that point I would just take Ide and then just teleport through and not even bother just passing underneath it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you guys teleport past it.
God, I'm never gonna get used to that.
Hide, you peed yourself again?
You ride with him sometime.
I prefer cars.
You enter the next room, you go through a small tunnel. Like I said, that it's been like fallen down, pieces of it are broken, they braced it. And in this next room, it opens up, and there looks like a pit. And you can see like a light coming out of the pit, like hitting the ceiling.
Look around the room and see if there's anything in it that seems out of place. Gun turret emplacements, angry giant rats of unusual size.
Basically, two passages. One looks like it goes to the left, and one goes to the right. And on your left-hand side is where that looks like a pit. It's just, and then you see this light just beaming up and hitting the top of the ceiling.
Hey, Ide, which direction does the scanner say?
I'll hold the data pad up. Which way does it look? Which direction does it look like we need to go to get to Paul?
Yeah, it looks like it goes to the right.
Away from the bright light.
That's always good advice. I'm gonna start heading to the right.
Yeah, keep that in mind, Corvall. Don't go into the light.
Oh, I'm staying far away for now.
I liked Big Corvall.
That light follows him everywhere he goes.
I keep running away, but it keeps coming back.
It's his glowing personality.
Yeah, it's something glowing.
So as you walk down, you're walking down another tunnel. You can see that the side of the cavern looks like it's got some kind of slime on it that's moving and undulating. And may make an evasion roll.
I had a feeling that was coming. That should be enough. Take a look here. My character sheet says I needed a 12 and I rolled a 12. Perfect.
Okay. So something comes out, it like reaches out, looks like, almost like a literal hand, and tries to grab you. You move out of the way. Ide and Corvall, do you see this? It looks like some kind of slime on the side of the wall.
Do I see anything that looks kind of like a head or a control thing for it, a brain, or is it just all flat slime?
Yeah, just slime that's stuck against this rough surface.
How far away can we stay from it?
Well, I mean, you backed up against the wall and moved around it.
This is probably a terrible idea, but Ide's going to fire his telekinetic weapon at the slime, and if he can, he wants to imbue it with the gift of Rose.
Okay.
See if fire mind bullets do anything to slime. What's the modifier here?
Is it weak to fire damage?
The thing about being a psychic is all your skills are scattered all over your character sheet. Okay, +3 total. 4. Yay. 13 to hit.
It's slime on a wall. Yeah, you hit it. Roll damage.
Oh, okay. And it's a D4 for the fire, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
13 damage.
Okay. Yeah, you strike it. It erupts and starts to burn and like just kind of starts dripping and falling off onto the floor. Like slides right off the wall. And there's little piles of burning slime.
Watch out, that goop anime. It seems to like you.
I'm not open for a relationship at the moment.
We should probably keep an eye out for more of that crap.
Yep, it kind of reminds me of that stuff we found on the planet.
That's not good.
No, it's not. Well, let's keep going.
Corvall's gonna grip his gladius a little tighter.
Just get past this tunnel. There's a room. It opens up. It's probably 10 meters high and probably 20 across. And it's a cavern. And there's a passage that goes and turns on the other side. And then this room is full of rocks and debris. And on the ground, amongst the rocks, it looks like someone in a vac suit. And you can see that they've got blast holes, but along with the blast holes, they've got that slime it's like covered them. It's all over them, and it seems to kind of move around them. And then as you look at that, you see with your light that there's some kind of tentacle or something coming out of it and stuck to another person in a vac suit that has blast holes, and it's got that slime on them that are just like floating in the air.
Is that Paul?
Does it look like Paul is close enough to be that person?
No.
Nope, not Paul. I don't think so anyway.
Understood. Just gonna raise the rifle up and shoot the lower one that's holding the other up with the tentacle, and use the fire damage ability of Rose.
Give me an attack roll.
16 plus 5 is
21.
21.
Blackjack.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
That is for 14 points of mag rifle and a d4 of fire. 4 points of fire.
Yeah, you blast it. It erupts with fire, burns, and this other one begins to like float, spin and drift in the air.
I don't like this place very much.
Does that guy look big enough to be Duncan?
Does the bodies attempt to do anything after they've been shot peacefully?
I mean, the body is like it's laying there, and you can see the slime. It's sitting there and it's burning, and then it kind of sits up and it looks at you with its like skeleton face.
No, don't do that. I don't want to have to kill you again.
Let's roll initiative.
Oh dear.
Seven.
5 Thunderbirds, I'll go.
2.
Just keeps getting worse. Luckily, whatever that is has to roll worse too to keep the trend going. So -3.
Go ahead, Ide. You're up first.
Does this thing look like it's trying to get up and come toward us?
It was laying on the ground. Now it's sat up, and it's got a partial helmet, but the visor has been destroyed. It just has its face is just a skeleton. And it did look at you.
I've seen movies with this kind of stuff before. I'm gonna shoot it.
He was giving him the seductive eye.
I only tolerate that from anime. I'm gonna shoot at it with an 8.
An 8 total.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fire and it hits the back wall. Gets up and then reaches out its hand.
Yells, covering fire as he misses.
Reaches out its hand to go after Anne May. 15, I take it does not hit.
15 I think does, because Vaxsuit only gives 13 and I have +2, so 15 hits.
3 damage.
There's only 3 damage. I have more HP than that, slightly.
Probably about 4 or 5 more.
No, a little bit more than that. I have 18 more still.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can see it like burning and sizzling your it grabs like your shoulder.
Oh, just fuck off.
And then the one that's floating, well, it's, that thing is also got. It's also burning on fire. You can feel the heat from it. And the other one that's floating and drifting, reaches out and with 9, like a tentacle comes out of it.
Like out of
Across
the
the-
body.
Yeah, like out of its chest.
Boom.
There's like a cavern, a tunnel behind it. And as it's doing that, there's this orb that sort of drifts out into this room. And as your lights are hitting it, you can see it's like whirling in, it's churning and whirling, like, it looks like it's full of like gases or something. Everybody give me an evasion roll.
16 passes.
8 does not pass.
Yeah, 3 does not pass.
We do have hustle points.
Yeah.
That is a good idea, and I'm putting that particular dice in jail because it's been naughty all night.
So have you, Hyde.
Yeah.
17 does pass. Hustle point well spent.
9 does not pass. Point spent to no avail.
Oh, man.
It's the thought that counts.
Maybe we should have saved the hustle point for a Cadillac to drop on this asteroid before we leave.
Oh, yeah. Whirling, and you can see this sphere orb, and it fires out. It looks like that slime, and it just goes all into the room. You guys have managed to avoid it, except for Corvall. You take 8 damage as you're hit with this slime. It's like some kind of acid.
We all tried to dodge. Corvall tried to hold his Gladius up and block it.
I will parry you.
Roll for my fire shield.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's 4.
Your damage reduction, nice. Yeah, the fire comes up and burns some of it away.
So I got 4 damage. Potentially ruining yet another vac suit.
They self-repair up to certain. I think it's like heavy weapon damage or something. There's some
Yeah.
rule.
Vaxsuit has a self-healing exterior that can seal a puncture wound caused by bullet arrows. If a character with 10 or fewer hit points is struck by an edged weapon, there's a 50% chance the suit is torn. But you can do an emergency repair patch as a main action.
I was thinking about treating the vac suits a lot like we did in Orville Blues, because that was, I think, made a lot more sense. I think that's what I will do on the spot. So, I'm not going to make you guys roll. So, you have an armored vac suit, right? Power armor or something?
Armored vac suits, I believe that we were getting.
Well, what's Ann Mega?
I have an armored Vaxsuit.
Okay.
Space dollar vac suit. Luckily, I think my telekinetic armor can like wrap around the outside of that.
Yes, it can.
Okay, how much damage did you take?
4 damage.
How much damage did Ann May take?
I took 3.
Give your vac suit a DR of 4. You took no
The
damage.
DR.
You guys got the specials.
Ah.
So give your vac suits a DR of 2, just because this is, and so Corvall, you would take 2 damage, and your vac suit's now a DR 1. So anytime it does damage over
my
the
vac
DR, go ahead.
My Vaxsuit would then be a DR1, correct?
No, So you have so damage reduction. You have a DR 4.
Okay.
Anything, it has to go over 4 in order for it to do any damage to you or the vac suit.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
So, so whatever damage it takes, and it can repair itself.
Okay. That makes sense.
So for Corvall and Ide, your vac suits are DR2, so anything over that, you lose 1 DR to it. So your vac suit's a DR1, and you take 2 damage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And May, you're up.
Yes. How close is the guy who hit me?
He's standing right in front of you.
Right in front of me. Okay. Yeah, pull out my pistol and let's fuck off already. And is his stomach on fire?
He's still burning, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try aiming for his stomach because that seems to be where the tentacles are coming from, and I have a feeling that's what's animating them.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That would be a hit, yes.
Okay, and I'll use Rose's ability to burn it. So that's 6 plus. Oh no, 6 plus 3, so 9 damage and then 3 fire damage.
You can tell me how it is destroyed.
As it hits me, I just go right up to it, shove the barrel of my pistol into it, and fire right into its guts.
Knock it back, and it hits those rocks and just kind of disintegrates into a big pile as it burns.
And I'm going to go backwards 10 meters. And that will end my turn.
So that was the one on the ground.
That's the one. Yeah, he kind of stood up and went after Anne May. There's one that's floating in the air that had the big tentacle come out of its stomach and try to get at Ide.
Yeah, I thought that one was connected to the one on the ground.
It was, but Anne May blasted it and it burned away.
Okay, so now it's just kind of
floating in the air. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's that big gas sphere at the end of the hallway too.
How's the gas sphere look? Is it still happily floating around?
Yes, it's happily floating around, churning.
Living a life of religious fulfillment.
I think Corvall is going to shoot the one in the air with his laser pistol.
Okay.
Yep, it's a miss. It's a 6.
All right, Corvall fires a laser pistol, misses, hits some rocks.
Covering fire.
Damn!
Perfect.
He pulls his gladius out and like shakes it at the floor.
Now, did it ever occur to you that you could shoot the enemy with your gladius? Just hold it out and it fires the laser beam from the gladius.
You jest.
It's a laser gladius.
You teleport all over the place. You could just appear up there, slash at that thing, and then fall down to the ground. You'd probably be fine. It's not that high up.
There is low gravity.
I'll try that next time.
Insight check. Will he try it next time?
He just teleports out of the room and leaves us. I showed them.
Josh, you had an 8. I heard it wrong. So you're up again.
Oh, okay. How's the the floating one? How far away is that one from us? For me? Because I moved back 10 meters. I wasn't sure how far because he launched his stomach at me.
Yeah. I mean, you can hit him with a ranged weapon easily.
Yeah.
If that's what your plan is.
Most likely. Let's go for a mag rifle shot at him. Okay, that is a 15. Thank God. Math.
15 will hit.
Okay, and try to light him on fire for another 4. And that is 7 plus 3, so 10 points of rifle damage.
And 4 fire?
Yes.
Okay. You blast him. Pieces of his vac suit and that slime just go everywhere. And the tentacle retracts back right into his stomach. And he starts to burn as he's floating in the air, turning and twisting.
10 meters further back.
The orb moves more into the room and starts to whirl. You probably don't see it, but Corvall and Ide see it. Everybody give me a physical save.
Let's get physical.
I will, and May, I will give you a. Let's see.
I rolled an 18.
Okay, you don't need anything then. You're good.
I'm good. Unless no 18.
I passed by 1.
Corvall pest.
Okay, you brace yourself. You can feel this thing pulling on you, like being sucked into it. The skeleton that's on fire burning. You can just see it. All of a sudden, gets sucked right into it, and just almost like it vanishes.
This is why I keep my mag boots turned on.
Ide, you're up.
Well, I don't like the look of this. I'm gonna have to damage that thing.
Covering fire, Hyde.
Hopefully not. Does a 23 hit it?
Yep.
Covering fire, Hyde.
5 telekinetic damage and 3 fire damage. I rolled poop.
Okay. Corvall and Ide, you can make evasion rolls.
Apparently shooting it is bad.
Hey, made that with a 16.
Failed that one with a 5.
I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Corvall's able to move out of the way. As you blast it and hit it, it just spews out that slime where you blasted it. It hits you for 6 damage.
Oh Lord.
So you would take, with your vac suit, you take 4 and reduce your vac suit to a 1.
Okay. Yep, that's what I do to my HP.
Keep
Now
doing
I'm
damage.
slightly alive instead of barely alive.
Corvall, you're up.
I guess Corvall's gonna try to shoot the sphere. You're gonna get as far away from it as possible.
Okay.
If I dies, he dies. He chose where he stood.
If anything went wrong, he was supposed to grab me and teleport.
He doesn't love you like I do, Hyde. He doesn't.
Oh, this time I actually hit.
Yeah. Okay. So you scoot back behind back into the tunnel and fire at it. All right.
Yeah, it hits for 4 damage.
Behind the eye.
Okay.
Do you want to use your magical fire damage?
Oh yeah. I mean, who wouldn't use fire damage on a gas sphere?
I know, right?
He didn't really hit. He shot and hit the wall, and the bolt like bounced off the wall and accidentally hit what he was trying to hit.
Pretty much. He's like, I imagine like Corvall's hand is pretty shaky when he's not holding the gladius.
Let me see.
That's 2 additional fire damage.
All right. All right. Ide, give me another physical save.
Bye, guys. Nice
Evasion.
knowing you.
It was an evasion roll, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the same basically for me anyway.
Okay.
Whether or not this dice wants me to die, and nope, that one's an 18, so I'm alive for now.
You avoid that 6 damage.
Thank you,
Corvall
guys.
nails it. It spews out this slime that goes all over into the room. You dodge out of the way. And May.
Yes, I'm going to peek out around the corner and look and go, Hyde, what are you still doing there? We were supposed to fall back. And then I'm going to shoot the thing too, because, it's a jerk. So I'm going to pull out my mag rifle and fire a shot into it. 13 plus 5 is 18 to hit.
Yep.
That is for 10... 13 points of normal damage and 3 points of rose damage.
You blast it. It spits out that slime, and then it catches fire and just goes swoosh, and just it's like a little tiny flame just hits the ground and goes out.
Is that another physical save?
No, you got. Did I move?
No.
No. God,
No, I kind of forgot to run away on my
Oh,
turn.
that's right. Give me a physical save. I mean,
You get back here right now, young man.
Evasion.
Oof. I needed a 14. I rolled a 13.
All right. So that's 3 damage. So you only take 2. Your vac suit basically is destroyed. Because it was a 1, it is now a 0. So
All right. Well, Odd has 1 hit point left. He's good to go.
Do you have the telekinetic?
No.
I do.
You
I
don't?
do not have the pressure suit thing. No. The last time we leveled up, we were still on a planet with an atmosphere, so I didn't think I needed it yet.
So yeah, Id's vac suit is gone to shit.
Corvall,
Yes.
see if you can repair that.
Just a moment ago, you guys saw me slowly trying to crawl my way back to you. Then I got hit in the back with some acid, and now you see.
Corvall
I-
runs up through the slime, like, slapping it away with the gladius.
Mhm.
Let's see. Basically, he's gonna see if there's. Can I use the meta tool to try to, like, graft or like solder, or not solder, but like see if I could like kind of burn some of the vac suit like together, so it's not going to be airtight, but it'll at least kind of close
Buy some time.
and maybe buy some time.
There are other vac suits in here from the people that we've been killing. We could just go ahead and rip parts off of those vac suits and seal it up with them.
That's true. So
Yeah,
that's true. Use one of the other vac suits that are around and
Okay.
cut a piece off with the meta tool, and then try to use that to form a patch.
So yeah, you have to go back into the other room because these vac suits are garbage. I mean, they've been burned and destroyed. You go back into the other room and you find a busted ass vac suit that you are just has some damage to it, and you begin to do this. So, give me a physical save.
19 passes.
Okay. You seem to be managing pretty well. All right, so Corvald, go ahead and give me a roll for this.
I'm used to low oxygen environments from all the Carltons crying, sucking all the air out of the room.
And do fix. That's a 3. I rolled 2 1s. Snake eyes. And I burned through my hustle point.
Somehow you've made it worse.
Ide, what are you doing?
These vac suits are not made like they used to be.
You're gonna have
You-
Anne-May trying to put her fingers within the vac suit to seal it as best she can. We'll figure something out fast.
They used to be made of thick cloth, and now they're all made of like nylon or some thin carbon
Shiny.
fiber shit. And fix it.
You're just gonna see I'd like scratching in the floor the word carbon fiber.
I mean, he needs another vac suit.
I'd's gonna start trying to crawl back toward the entrance where we came in past the giant mech where we last saw some intact vac suits.
Corvald, take him to the mech. That thing should be airtight. We can shove him inside of it for now until we can get him a vac suit.
I got it.
Teleport him quickly. Off.
He takes them and then just starts like teleport jumping away, which isn't actually technically isn't. I don't think it's any faster than normal.
It's
Or
not.
No.
At least combat, but he does it to make it look like he's going faster.
Okay.
So he's not out of breath by the time he arrives.
I was gonna say it's probably less physical strain on him to do that than to pick me up and carry me.
Yeah.
Okay, so you teleport him back to the ship or back to the or put him in the mech.
I don't know if
Well-
he'd survive a trip back to the ship.
The ship's got a bunch of holes in it anyway.
The
So-
ship also has a 2-minute elevator ride to get up into.
That's right, because somebody said, "Oh, is there music?"
Yeah, so I'd probably be the mech to see if I would like try to teleport my way up with Ide,
Mm-hmm.
see if I could get to some sort of door. And presumably there's like a little platform that is how you can get into it.
Yeah, yeah, you can do that. Give me a know or program.
Well, I'm good at one of those. Hey, it's an 8 for a program.
So you're able to teleport and get him inside the mech and power it up, and it seals off and begins to come alive and start pumping fresh air into the mech.
Corvall will like kind of rip off, Vex it's already trash, but like rip off like his helmet and like kind of slap him awake and open his mouth and see if he needs to perform CPR.
No, I'm up.
Corvald slowly puts away his mouthwash. I'm afraid I botched your vac suit even further, but you're in the mech.
I'll just look down at my vaccine. Why were you trying to use the Gladius to fix my suit? Because that's what it looks like you did.
Well, that was technically my multi-tool.
Does the Gladius count as a meta tool?
In some circles.
Based on the fact that there's a bigger hole now than there was before you worked on it, I'm pretty sure you tried to cut it off me with a Gladius.
Maybe I'm just getting too old for this profession.
So this mech is like functional?
Well, at least turns on.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could drive it and use it to fight the slimes.
You would know that it is holding up the archway that lets us in here in the first place.
Well, or it's parked here like a statue.
I would hesitate to move it. I'd hate for the door to get shut in here.
True.
Granted, this thing is huge. We could probably just use it to rip open the side of our own hole.
I wonder if there's any vac suits in this or maybe in that drilling machine we saw on the way in.
Corvald's gonna check out the emergency supplies or see if there is like any supplies in this mech.
Like any additional vac suits or medical kits.
I guess, does it look like this mech was designed to have pilots?
Yes, otherwise you wouldn't be able to fit in it.
Yeah.
Well, it's huge. We'd probably fit in it. They just wouldn't have life support, I guess, if it wasn't made for pilots.
You think that mech's big?
Give me a survival roll, Corvall.
9.
So give me a D6 roll.
Oh, 6.
There is an extra vac suit that you find in the side panel.
So Corvall pulls out a vac suit. It is made of thick cloth. And he's like, just like they used to make them. You're in luck. They don't have any of this carbon fiber shit. More durable.
It's made with asbestos.
Yeah.
You're asbestos.
It looks like it's in pretty good shape.
All right, I'll take off my shredded vac suit and put this one on.
Careless Whispers plays in the background as he does so.
And you see it says Dirty Depths Mining Company on the side.
I'm advancing through the room and into the next one, seeing what's there.
Okay, so past the orb,
Yep.
you hear some talking, like coming down the hall, like ahead of you in the cavern.
Now, I shouldn't be able to hear talking because it requires air for voices to resonate and vibrate. So is this like in my head, or is this something more than man?
Why you gotta bring science into everything?
That's a good question.
Science fiction.
Science, it's fictional science.
We're interested in science fact. So if somebody could openly speak, you wouldn't hear anything? Because there's technically no air.
Technically, it has to vibrate off oxygen of some kind, an air transmittable thing.
Okay.
Or it could also be psionic or something as well.
But you hear footsteps, you hear movement.
Okay. I feel the vibrations of feet.
There we go. Thank you. Yes. Help me out here.
I glance around the corner at where they might be coming from. I pie the corner.
And walking past you, not in a vac suit, in some kind of jean jacket with cut-off sleeves, and some pair of cargo pants and boots is a deviant as he's walking by you, like he's motioning with his arms like he's talking. He's a hand talker, you know.
Okay. I'm going to wait until he passes and then wait a few more moments to see if anyone else passes with him.
Yeah, he passes you going down to to your left.
Anyone else?
You hear some more noise, some more vibrations,
Mm-hmm.
and a light coming down from the same direction, and same deal. It's another deviant.
Just going to sit there and listen for the time being.
And he goes down into the same area.
Any other sound?
Nope.
Nope, no vibration. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and then head the direction they came from. Opposite of them.
Okay, so you go down. It's this long, winding tunnel that looks excavated, and it comes to this. You come out to this huge open area where probably they were doing most of the mining. There's piles of dirt and debris everywhere. There's a few pieces of equipment, but they look like they've been stripped.
Mm-hmm. I just sneak my way in and see if I see any lights or any movement or anything like that.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing in here.
In that case, head back the way I came
Okay.
and see if I can find the where the deviants walked off to.
Okay. Yeah, you don't go far where you came up to the point where you came into this tunnel, and you go down and you spy into the room. You see those two deviants kind of like sitting there talking.
Anyone else around them?
You catch a glimpse of like two other figures in vac suits.
In vac suits.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, we got a couple of deviants. We got a bunch of crippled people back there who've been shot to pieces. Just gonna walk into the room with my rifle up. Hey boys, how you doing?
I guess we roll initiative.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to be peaceful about it. 9.
Does Corvall and I roll? Is it just Anne May?
Let's see.
I mean, she's the only one that's in immediate danger.
Right. Yeah, I'll let you guys roll. Go ahead.
I considered going back to get the two of you, but on the other hand, I was like, you two are both not looking too hot health-wise right now.
Corvall's
One.
I got a 1.
What'd you get,
A 1.
That sounds about right.
We're
All right.
we're on our way to help Anne May. We're just not in a big hurry. We're chilling.
All right. And May, you walk into the room. There is a mech in the corner that seems to be like pressed up against the wall, like doing this. There's a bunch of broken rubble around it. There are two deviants in the room now. You see a third one who is like next to these huge doors, and it's got some kind of tool like trying to pry the doors open. And there are two individuals sitting in vac suits right near them.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to shoot the one trying to pry the door open first.
Okay.
Yeah, because fuck that guy. I don't know what he's opening. Could be bad, could be good. 12 and 5 is 17 to hit.
Okay.
That's for 16 mag rifle damage, and let's add another 4 flame damage to it.
Yeah, so he's got some kind of tool he's working, and you walk in the room and just blast him, and then the fire hits him, and that tool he's holding like gets like red hot in his hand. He drops it,
How far am I from the closest deviant to myself?
He's like 3 meters away, so 10 feet.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to move 10 meters back behind a cover of door if I can find it.
But it's just basically a cavern. I mean, like a tunnel. You can scoot around back behind the tunnel.
Yeah, I'm going to scoot around back and, stay ready for them to try and get into melee range if they want to. And that will end my turn.
So you hear some commotion on the other side.
Swear the next planet I go to, I'm getting demo packs and grenades.
Ide and Corvall, you guys have gone through this whole situation. You've gotten Ide a new vac suit. I don't know if Ide's actually going to come with you, but he's got a vac suit now.
Well, I suppose I should figure out what's going on with Aunt May.
Yeah, we should probably take off to go keep an eye on her.
Are you all right to walk?
Oh yeah. Now my vac suit's fixed. I'm feeling fine.
Coughs up blood.
Well, I had a Werther's. If you
Werther's. Oh yeah. Let me just I'll raise the visor on his vac suit up, hold his hand out.
Now, is it a Werther's original?
I hope so. I hope it's not one of those crappy chocolate Werthers.
no, it's
How many HP you got, Ide?
One.
You got 2 now. That's worth a hit point right there. Absolutely.
What happens when he pulls out the Cliff Bars?
Corvall will like lift up Ide just to help him get down the mech, and we'll teleport our way down.
Okay.
We can teleport 10 meters, so if it's 10 meters from the platform to the ground, we can do it in one go. Otherwise, we'll have to do multiple turns.
It's low gravity. We should be able to just kind of float down.
All right. Okay, you guys are headed that way. Anime, you're up.
Check around the corner again.
You don't see anybody.
Does the door look like it's been open behind them?
So, like, you're looking into the room, and to your right, you can see the doors, and you can kind of see a little bit in the mechs far in the distance, past the doors, like holding up the wall. Give me a notice roll.
Okay. 2d6s. That's actually worth a hustle point. That's a lot better. 9.
So there's some rubble right near where the door is, and one of the deviants has hunkered down in the rubble with a weapon.
I try and get the best angle I can with the mag rifle and fire at him.
Okay. Go ahead.
17 and 5 to hit is 22. And that is for 10 points of mag rifle damage and 2 points of fire.
You fire, and you see him like in the rubble, and he just kind of collapses, and there's a big ball of flame that shoots up, and then now you can see some smoke.
Send him straight to the river Styx. It's a hellfire weapon. I'm going to then duck back behind the cavern frame as best I can. What gave him away? The Levi's? The blue Levi's?
Not the best camouflage underground, huh?
Probably not.
So you hear a noise, and then one of the deviants pops out around the corner. 19 to hit.
He misses.
Uh-oh. Okay.
My ability, he can miss.
Once a combat, I think, isn't it?
Scene, I believe it
Yeah.
is. Quoted.
Yeah, that throws him off because on his 10, he swears he should have hit you, and then he's just completely thrown off as he takes 2 punches at you to try to get you. There's some more stirring in the tunnel, in that room. And Corvall and Ide, you make it up to the tunnel, and you can see where one of these deviants is fighting Anne May.
You want to go stab him, or you want me to shoot him?
Oh, my shot is too shaky. I'll have to go with the tried and true. So I'll duck and you shoot.
Nat 20 plus 4 to hit.
Wow.
It's-
That's a miss.
That's with Ed May's life on the line. His dice are feeling special about that shot.
It's love.
So what is the damage?
The damage on my gun is a 1d10 plus 2.
Okay, so that's 12. So roll a d10.
Okay. Another 9. And then I was
Okay.
going to go ahead and add the fire damage just because it seems to make
so I
sense.
guess this is kind of like Paladin Smite. So you get the 4 plus the 4.
Oh. So I rolled another 2.
Okay, so yeah, tell me how he dies, because that's yeah.
His head gets hit by an invisible bullet wreathed in flame and burst fire and pops right off.
As a headless corpse falls to the ground in front of you, Anne May, twitching and all over the place and burning.
I kick it. Nice shot, Ide. You're getting better at covering fire.
And Corvall's gonna run up. By run, I mean teleport up with his Gladius, and if he can make it 10 meters, we'll try to swipe at the deviant.
Okay, it's dead. I mean, you could stab it for good measure. You see Corvall.
Is there anything else attacking?
No, that's just that one.
The one was dumb enough to run into the hallway.
There's still one more, and there's 2 people in vac suits, but they might be friendly in vac suits. I don't know yet.
Well, Corvall will salvage the deviant parts.
Okay, so yeah, you're going through
His pockets.
So you feel a lot of vibrations now coming from that room.
Are they good vibrations?
I think they're mech suit vibrations.
That could be, yeah. So looking into the room, you see the 2 people in the middle of the room, kind of like panicked as the mech has come to life, and it backs away from the wall, and you see the rocks begin to fall and tumble, and it kind of turns and goes up to the door with it, and uses like the big arm comes down and like breaks the lock or whatever was keeping it closed, and smashes it.
Okay. That's good. Stay down, you 2.
Oh, I'm staying down.
Okay. Are we still in initiative?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay, I'm going. Where does the entrance hatch to the mech appear to be, at the back or the front?
The side.
Okay, I'm going to run up to the mech and try to open the side hatch. Did he lock the combat latch? Did he have time to? Or was he keeping it open for AC because this thing doesn't have air conditioning in it?
Give me an exert roll.
Exert roll, okay. I'm good at those. I am, in fact, good at those. That is a 12 total.
Okay.
No, yes, 12 total.
Quite what you got the exert skill for, though.
Yeah, 12.
So you can run up and you climb definitely right up on the side. You try to open it, you realize he has locked it, but you are on the side of it.
Oh, good. Now this is an actual mech suit, so I know there's no way in hell my weapons can pierce it. Correct?
Probably not. It would take a lot of rounds. Well, we're using a yeah, probably not.
Would I know how these things are sealed and shut, and where the locking mechanism would be within the vessel itself, with my knowledge as a pilot?
Give me a no roll.
A no roll, okay. I don't know about this no roll. Well, that's 7 minus 2, so 5.
Yeah, you're not really familiar with mechs. You would probably figure that somewhere there's probably a panel or something to, shut this thing down. But that's a matter of finding it.
No, I guess that's all I can do on my turn, so I'm just going to be aimlessly trying to find the panel while holding on.
So as you're on top of it and it's broken, it moves those 2 doors open, and like walks into this room. Ide and Corvall.
Get those other two out of here.
Which other two?
Yeah, Corvall's
two
like, are you
guys.
talking to us?
The two in vac suits who've been yelling and screaming and dancing around.
Oh yeah, that was true. Sure. So you're hanging off the back of a mech, trying to turn it off.
The side of a mech, yes.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, we'll go and try to
Wrangle.
yeah, go and try to like wrangle them.
Heard them. I'd use your telekinetic lasso.
Don't really have much for wrangling. Don't have any ropes or anything.
Well, they seem to be panicking. We could probably just motion them over to us.
Well, I doubt that'll work. But we can try. Corvall will get up and like wave his hands, not showing his gladius at first because he doesn't want to intimidate them.
Okay.
And kind of like, come here.
Give me a
Let's
talk.
get out of here.
Give me a talk roll.
It's a 4.
So with everything falling around, like parts of the wall are falling and there's pieces of the ceiling that start breaking off, those two turn and start running. You can see that there's another tunnel in this room, and they start hauling ass running down the tunnel.
Oh, we tried.
We tried. Is there well, I could probably check next turn. If there's anything like obvious on the wall, like a map, to know, like, are
The
they
extension
running?
cord the mech's plugged into.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, to know if like if they ran that direction, but like, is there actually anything in that direction? But like, is it worth following them? Is basically the question.
Give me a survival roll. Survive.
Well, we do have one map that might work, which is the Paul Ankle Finder.
Yeah, I was
That
gonna
might-
say I could check the Paul Anka tracker on the compad and see if that was him.
5.
You're kind of turned around. It's hard to tell like which way this goes.
I'm not sure if that's a good way to go. My senses are all discombobulated. What's your finder say?
I'll look at the compad. Does that look like one of the?
Yeah, it looks like the red dot has gone into that tunnel.
Oh, yep, one of those is definitely Paul, which means the other one's probably the guy we're trading spaceships with. We at least want to save one of them or the other.
Damn it.
Ide's going to take off toward the direction they went. And would looking at the compad have taken up my main action?
No, you can do something else if you want.
Okay. I don't know if it'll be effective of anything at all, but I want to telekinetically pick up the biggest boulder that I can lift in this room and throw it at the back of that mech's head.
Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of boulders in here.
I need to lift like 400 kilograms or something.
It's 200 kilograms at the
200,
moment,
okay.
which is like 450 pounds or something.
Yeah.
Give me an attack roll.
Please be gentle.
At the back of its head, not the side.
Please be gentle.
That's a 16 on the dice, and I have a 2 in that skill.
You throw it, it hits the side of it, breaks off, and like smashes into the rest of the room.
It was a nice idea.
I was hoping I'd dent it, make a little crack. Maybe you could jump in there.
I don't think I'm that small.
And May, you're up.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna look around for a panel or a latch or anything that I might be able to shoot or try and break into somehow. An emergency release. There should be an emergency release for a piece of equipment like this in case someone's trapped inside. Can I search for one?
Yeah, give me notice.
Okay. Ooh, 11.
Yes,
6 and
you searching around this thing, you find the emergency release lever.
I'm a Yankich.
Okay. And the hatch, the whole thing pops open.
Peek my head down. Hi there.
He kind of looks and then looks at you. And then in this room, you can see coming up is this giant slug. There's this orb that looks very similar to the one you saw before that's in this room, but it's got like some kind of light pulsating in the middle of it.
If you don't mind, I think I'll take this seat now.
Give me an evasion roll.
Okay. 18. That passes.
Okay. So you're able to jump down in the cockpit with him because he tries to scrape you off the side as he lurches back and goes against the door frame to get out of this room.
I'd like to sit on his lap as I go in.
Okay. Ide and Corvall.
Since she got in the mech, I'm gonna continue down the hallway after Paul and presumably Duncan.
Corvald's going to give chase.
Okay, both you guys can make evasion rolls.
Nice knowing you guys.
Yeah, you're on 1 HP shit.
Made it.
Wait a minute. The dice is in a good mood. I passed as well.
So you both pass because rocks. This tunnel is starting to cave in because pieces of the rocks are falling, and you can see the two guys in vac suits have been hit by the rocks, and they're getting up as you guys catch up to them. You realize it is Paul and Duncan.
If there's any rocks big enough, I'll move one of them to block their path so they stop running from us.
Well, once they get up and then look again and realize it's you guys,
they're not going to flee anymore.
no.
Corvall, you should have showed them the Gladius. They would have recognized
Bingo!
that.
Yes, as soon as he said, I put my Gladius away, I was like, well, there you go. If they'd seen the Gladius, they would have been like, that's Corvall.
It'd have been gladious to see you.
Yep.
The Gladius or the robe would have been showing. They wouldn't have ran.
The gladius or the rogue.
What were you doing? Couldn't you tell it was us?
No.
We come to rescue you.
Thank you.
Okay, enough talking. Let's go. Back this way.
So you guys continue down the passage. You go into that room that the passage split at one time. And to your right is the pit that's got the light sticking out of it, and then ahead of you is the mech that's holding up the archway. So you're in that room now. And May, you're up.
Yes. I'm still riding this guy in the mech.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll do anything you tell him now.
Okay. Let go of the controls. Give them to me.
Give me a talk roll.
Okay. Behave yourself. 11 total.
He's like, oh, you're the boss.
Yes, I am. And I'm gonna click the button to seal the cab again.
Okay.
You said a giant slug thing and this other thing coming?
Yep.
Okay. Can I see anything further down this hallway?
Okay. So like the slug and the orb are in this room.
Okay, anything else in the room?
No.
No door or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm gonna start backing out as fast as I can. I'm just gonna put it into gear and slam on the accelerator to get out.
So going the way, so there's two. You can go the way you came,
Okay.
or you can go out. There's another way, but you can see that there's rocks and pieces of the ceiling are starting to fall down.
What does this mech have on it in terms of how is it outfitted?
Basically for like digging and shit like that.
Okay, as I go back through the door, the one there, I'd like to throw a fist up towards the ceiling and try and punch it. To try and knock rocks down in front of it.
Oh, in front of the door that he opened?
Yeah.
So yeah, you smash that and a bunch of the rocks start crashing down into this room. And you
Okay,
make your
time
way
for us to go.
All right, you start making your way out. Ide and Corvall.
We should head back out past the mech with these guys.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Is the pit with the light coming out of it between us and the door we need to go out, or can we
No,
see?
it's to the side. You can avoid it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go around that. We don't want to discover what kind of legendary world-killing weapons and stuff are hidden down in that.
All right, you're out into the room that has the elevator now.
All right, I'm gonna wait like right by the mech, and as soon as I see Anne come out, I want to start yanking the braces out that are holding that tunnel up behind the mech.
And you're moving the mech, and you're getting through this corridor. You're having to smash rocks.
Yeah,
because it's and you get into the room with all the rubble, and you're breaking the rocks. And you guys see a mech coming down the hall, coming into that room. That's got the pit with the light goes around it. You're standing there waiting for her to show up, and she, the mech scoots underneath the other mech and comes bopping out. As soon as Anne May does that, like with the mech, and walks past you, there's a giant slug stuck to the back side of this mech.
Okay, well, I guess the thing I was trying to prevent chasing us out is out, so collapsing the tunnel doesn't seem to mean much anymore.
So it's on the back of her, on the back of the mech, so like Anne May wouldn't notice it.
None of the sensors picked it up. It doesn't weigh a bunch like it's weighing it down.
I have a feeling a lot of the sensors on this mech are damaged anyway.
Can Anne May see us, or can we see Anne May?
There'd be a window. Yeah, you could see her. She's sitting, looks like she's really high up, like she's not sitting actually in the seat.
She's 5'4". Her feet are she's on her tippy toes trying to hit the pedal of this thing and got her arms stretched out like that because she's sitting on top of a deviant.
Yeah, this guy with the half metal face behind her looking like annoyed.
Corvall would like wave his hands with his gladius.
Corvall, what's up?
I didn't know if you were close enough to hear.
Well, we're on the same signal. It's good for 24 kilometers.
You've got slime on your back. It's tailed you.
What do you? I'm just gonna try and look behind me as best I can in the cockpit.
Yeah,
There's something on the back of the mech.
Oh, okay.
Scrape it off.
I'm just gonna put the mech in reverse and run it as fast backwards into a wall as I can.
Give me a D6 roll.
A D6 roll, okay. 4.
So it didn't take very kindly to that. It's sort of like when she slams against it, you can see come around the sides like it changes its form and then kind of flops back as Anne May moves back away. And it flops off and slaps out a tentacle. Let's see, I got 4 people. We got Ide, Corvall, Paul, and Duncan. So it's going after Duncan. A natural 1.
Nice.
Reach the mech's hand out so it hits that instead. No.
So it reaches its tentacle out and it looks like it overextends and it snaps off and just flops onto the ground. It goes to bite Corvall, and I rolled another natural 1.
Not doing his best, is he?
No, that's all I'm saying.
Antagonize him.
He's confused. I just slammed its head against a wall.
Okay.
It has a concussion.
Corvall,
Are there any sensors, or not sensors, but are there any sort of looks like defense systems that are in this particular room?
Mm-mm. This room did have looked like a piece of equipment that was a drill.
Neither of us can drive.
I haven't taken my license yet.
What's is that gonna stop you?
I'm busy fighting a kaiju right now. I'm doing my best.
Corvald's going to attempt to shoot it because there doesn't seem to be any better option. Nice. 19.
Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
That does 3 damage. Ah! It ricocheted off of Anme's mech and hit it.
Corvall's doing trick shots.
Got a big mech and he's on my back. Dun, 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 dun.
I guess I'll do the same thing for lack of any better options that I can see at the moment.
I'd cast Eldritch Rifle.
Pretty much. 21 to hit.
Believe in Rose, I'd believe in the fire of Rose.
Yeah, I've already got that added up. That's 11 from the weapon itself, and then another 1 from the fire.
It burns quick and then goes out, but it definitely took damage. It looks translucent. You can see the inner workings of it, things moving around. And May, you're up.
Yes. Anme's going to turn to face the creature. Well, she doesn't even have to turn, it's right in front of her. She's going to look right down at the creature and have the most shit-eating grin on her face that you have ever seen. And she is physically going to move her leg up as high as she can and then slam down and stomp on the thing with the mech.
All right. Give me an attack roll.
Can she channel the power of Rose into mech foot?
Her foot is on fire as it slams down on the pedal. Yes. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
All right.
How much damage is that? Let me look up mech damage.
It's dead.
A Finger of God? No, that's not the name of it. Plasma? No. Yeah, she just stomps down on it and grinds it underneath her foot as it burns.
Yeah. It just kind of goes a splat and it just burns up.
I'm going to look right back up at the deviant, raising my head and go, and that's why I drive. What was in that big hole with the light anyway?
I don't know.
Or do you have a ship to get off this place?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then. Okay, guys, get everyone back to the ship and find out what frequency Paul is on.
Yeah, you guys managed to get everybody back to the ship. The mech is not going to make it into the elevator.
No! I will abduct Corvall and we will find a way to make this work. I don't care how long it takes.
Like it won't physically fit in the elevator.
I will make my own hole then.
We will disassemble the mech and teleport the pieces out one at a time and put it back together.
Yes. Okay. Can we disassemble the mech, take the arms off so they'll fit in and bring them up, and take the legs off? And
okay, I'll let you do that. Yeah, if you're that desperate. Okay.
It's the only reason I'm still alive right now.
Yes.
I think it's the only reason we're all still alive right now.
That is true.
What are you doing with the deviant?
Well, I mean, he seems chill with us at the moment.
As long as he's cooperative, we won't disassemble him.
Okay, yeah, he helps with you because there's no way for him to get off this rock, so...
Win this together.
Looks like it.
Does he seem relieved to have an out? Or does he show any sort of, or give away any sort of emotion, or does he even have emotions?
I am iron.
Give me a notice roll, Corvall.
Do machines love, Peter? Do machines love?
Do they dream of electric sheep?
Wow, that's an 8.
He's certainly not hostile. I think he's more relieved that you probably didn't straight up murder him. So he's probably hoping to at least get some help. He doesn't seem like hostile or don't look like he has any ulterior motives.
Okay. So he's just pretty ho-hum.
Yeah.
Corvall, now that we have a mech, do you think we'll be able to get the ships out of each other or make it so they function?
How would a mech fix that?
Well, it's a large piece of moving equipment that we can go ahead and use to pull them apart and move large pieces of metal.
I guess you don't need me anymore.
No, nothing can replace you.
Well, we'd still need to, even if we did pull it apart, we'd still need, and we pinched it back together, we'd still need to seal it.
Yep. Well, there was construction equipment down there.
That was
And
all.
other materials.
It was all drilling equipment, though.
True, but it has to be maintained somehow. Excuse me, good sir. What's your name? I'm going to look at the deviant.
Francis.
Francis, yes. Did you know if there was any maintenance facility here on planet or anything like that?
No, but I know that back in that vault, that orb, that glowing orb is worth something.
What does it do?
Some kind of rare element called Glazarite.
Glazarite?
Never heard of it.
What's special about Glazarite?
It's got,
Hold on, I still got dude's tablet. Maybe I can search it on Spoogle.
I don't think we have a signal here.
Oh, that's true.
It can be used as a cloaking device.
Ooh.
Is it something that you need a lot of to cloak to function in that manner, or is it something that just a little bit will do?
I don't know. I never personally have used it. I've only heard of it.
Well, the value must be astronomical. Cloaking technology is very difficult to come by for the most part.
Yeah,
Well, if we get off this planet, shall we go ahead and sell it together then?
sure.
Or use it?
That's what I would figure.
We could sure wouldn't hurt to have the ability to cloak from enemy sensors.
Do you think we could cloak my mech?
I don't know if it would matter.
Cloak anything.
We could cloak Carlton.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's a
never
good
thought I'd be working for a Sindoom organization, but I guess I'm a part of this Order of the Dead Light now.
What do you mean? What's Sindoom? Order of the Dead Light?
Yeah, aren't you guys Order of the Dead Light? That's what came up. That's why we grabbed him. That's why we grabbed Paul.
Never heard of them.
Never heard of it.
Damn Spoogle.
Yeah, if we don't have a name, and I'm not sure why. To be honest, Sindoom, for one, we're not Sindoom sympathizers, particularly.
Honestly, if the pay is good enough, I tend to just work with whoever's paying me the most at the time.
And she pays me, so.
That is true.
But
Well,
that is kind of irrelevant to the faction.
well, technically I do the book, so I pay me, but with her money.
That is true. Yes, I'm Anne May. Pleasure to meet you. I'm the captain of my crew, normally. I'm supposed to have a ship, but it's a ways away at the moment. How big is this guy?
It's probably like 5'9".
Oh, he's not that big then.
He's wearing a cut-off jean jacket with a bunch of patches.
Maybe Paul could get his manager to share his location with some other ship to come pick us up.
If we have a signal, that'll work well. Let's go find his manager then real fast. In the meantime...
Maybe we can get some kind of comms off those two ships cut the comm systems out of both and try to make them one working.
That'd be our best hope.
That makes sense.
Corvall, would you mind talking with Francis and finding how to get that orb out of here?
Of course. And then you can see that he's almost on his way out the door.
Okay.
So, Francis, if we were to pick that orb up, how do we handle it? Can we touch it? Does it need any special equipment?
I have no idea. I mean, I was just trying to handle it with the mech, so I didn't have to touch it.
Well, is it solid? It looked like a gas.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that light in the center of it's supposed to be solid. Might be able to stab it with your gladius.
That seems potentially dangerous. Is it a combustion? Is it combustible?
I hope not.
I hope not either.
You would have to move all the rocks and stuff out of the way because somebody closed the entrance. So we will say, you spend a little time and move some of the rocks and boulders, and you can get into this room, and this orb is just kind of moving around in this room. You realize it's more like a vault than it is just a closed off cavern.
So after moving it all away, I go and look to see if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean it's floating in the room. You can see it.
Is it at a level I could reach out and touch it?
Yeah, it moves around. You could wait for it and stab it.
I guess I will try that.
Okay. You don't need to make an attack roll. Roll a d6.
2.
You stab the thing. It explodes with some kind of liquid, whatever, slime. Just goes everywhere, covers the room. You bring the gladius back, and that stuff hits you, and you can feel it like burning your vac suit. And then, in an instant, you have the gladius in your hand, and you're stabbing the thing again. Give me an evasion roll with a +4.
I got a nat 20.
So you seem to have this deja vu, like you know what's going to happen, and you stab it and just move out of the way. Of course, it hits Francis, and he's hit again and covered, and it begins burning him, and some of his skin falls off. He just kind of wipes it off of him, and you're standing there and you're looking at the gladius.
Seems like I jumped back in time.
Corvall is lagging.
Well, that's not a good idea. We should not stab it.
Well, you just did. And then as you do that, you look on the ground and there's like a brick of this glowing material, and it slowly fades. And it just sits on the ground. Francis walks over and kind of picks it up. And there's a little bit of light from it.
Interesting. Well, never mind then.
And then all of a sudden, you're walking into the room again, and the orb is there with the ball glowing, and you go to stab it, and he goes, "Wait, let me back away. I think this thing's going to explode," and we'll stop right there.
Dormammu, he has come to bargain.
I'd like to say, when you go ahead and you see the mech and Anme's writing on it, the name Herald of Damnation.
A good twist.
I've just been up there in the comms equipment the whole time, just ripping anything that looks intact out of both ships. Just this junk, I swear.
Hey, do you have any idea what you're doing?
This piece looks okay. That piece looks okay. I'm going to go get what I can out of the other ship. I took a picture. We'll try to put one back together that looks right. Maybe Corvall can look at it. He's better at this crap than I am.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to like
Roll a new
change.
character.
No, not that. Just change the vac suit stuff. But I liked how I prefer how I did it in Orbital Blues. Like it should have some kind of damage, and then the vac suit's damaged, and then you lose it.
Oh yeah, that's great.
But part of that adventure was from a zine I got recently called Ray Guns and Robots.
I've heard of that. I haven't seen it yet, though. Is it good?
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Ray guns and robots.
Yep. By Planet X Games.
Ooh.
So that was part of that. What you were going through was an adventure they got in the back.
Very cool.
The artwork is really good.
I was afraid if we didn't get away from the giant snail, it was going to kill all of us and the mech.
I was worried about that, yes. I wanted to protect my mech.
And then go outside and eat the ship.
And then eat Carlton.
No, Carlton's still back on the planet with F-350.
What makes you think that?
Because he was making bank sitting outside the disco bar.
Yeah. I want to see how much money he has by the time we get back.
The real question is, can we sell this rock we found for more than he has?
Or would this rock be more useful to us? We're going to have to find out.
Yeah, I wanted to do something where it was just us and I'm not dragging around NPC people.
Figure out the stats and what this mech suit can do.
Yeah, I figured I'm not gonna sit here for 20 minutes and have a debate about whether you're gonna get a mech. If you really want one, just you. You're gonna
I just was going to use it to go ahead and help fix the ship.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm like, it can lift heavy metal beams. It's strong enough to break through rock. I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be useful to us then. Because we got two ships that are crammed together like this or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure whoever was piloting the ship you guys were on jumped into the coordinates of the other ship.
Well, something went wrong in metadimensional space, like we were too close to their ass or something, and then we just went inside. Because we took too long in metadimensional space.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys.
I'm gonna head to...
Thank you.
Thanks for running, Pete.
All right, take care.
Night.
See you guys later.